They shouldn't ask for money. Why? No amount of money that can equate Igbo man's life. Life is something that is so sacrosanct. Yes, so special as well. Then very, very unique, scarce. Yes, not easily come by. Why? Life begins at conception. When man and woman meet, you cannot buy life with money. Life starts at conception. Life, God tells us how life started. He's the one that breathed into this dust and life come to be.
Mr. Raf, thank you for having you, the Waymaker TV, this morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, of course, we saw the IBP have revealed the secret that they have used to marginalize Igbo over the years. And instead of the Ohanese to demand nnamdikanu to be released with immediate effect, they are asking for 10 trillion naira. Is 10 trillion naira or nnamdikanu release?
Anyway, from the angle they are asking money, I can actually tell you they are right. Listen and listen good. That is what is called reparation. Reparation is a compensation for damage done or genocide. Let me give you an instance of what happened in 1492. Various countries, ethnicities from Europe actually migrated into the New World, called the United States of America presently. And they used the blacks in Africa here as slaves. They traded on black slaves for over 400 years. What? Ferrying them, taking them into the New World, United States, to work in the plantation because the American originators they met there, the Red Indians, are very weak. They cannot work. They don't have strength. They use the black to support, thereby enslaving blacks in their millions. For over 400 years, there was a price to be paid by the West. The like of Muchuda Abiola went to ICC, sued the West to court to pay the Africans reparation. And that payment, Abiola was in the fight until Buhari, Babangida, Abacha, disallowed him. He died. So what I'm trying to say is that they were asking for the money to pay for the genocide committed against the Igbos in 1967, 68, 69, and 70. And personally, I'm not in support of that money. No, they shouldn't ask for money. Why? No amount of money that can equate Igbo man's life. Life is something that is so sacrosanct. Yes, so special as well. Then very, very unique, scarce. Yes, not easily come by. Why? Life begins at conception. When man and woman meet, you cannot buy life with money. Life starts at conception. Life, God tells us how life started. He's the one that breathed into this dust and life come to be. That's why we have two things, life and death, and you can't buy life with money. The life of Igbo man can never ever equate with 10 trillion. The life
of Igbo man cannot be equated to 10 trillion.
I'm telling you.
Information reaching us now that the Finnish government now have disorganized the embassy in Finland after hearing that IBP said that the coup was not taken by IPOP, by Igbos. As I speak to you now, Simon Ekpa, they are ready to free Simon Ekpa now because they see that Nigeria government, case they fire against Simon Ekpa.
Yes, it's all false. It's based on false allegation, deception, and deceit. Do you know why Finland is reacting? Many people would have, should be asking themselves, why Finland? What concerns them? The greatest ally Biafra had in the 1967, 68, 69, and 70 was Finland. Finland supplied all Biafran families with war materials. Yes, they use mechanisms that even beat the brain of the Britain, the French, all the Egyptians, Chad, Burkina Faso, and Algeria, all the mercenaries fighting alongside with Nigerian military clique against the Biafran, people. And they had the foreknowledge. They had the best knowledge of what actually transpired, went wrong from 1967 to 1970. How the war was fought. Yes, how the war was fought by going, against Ojukwu people. Because Finland supplied up Morocco to help patriarchal children of Biafrans not to die. Supply them with most nutritious food, one could need to fight malnutrition called kwashiorkor. So they actually played along. Let me use the word, I don't know whether maybe balkanization or alliance or allies with the Biafrans. That's why they know more than you and I. That book actually gave them more insight that those people they fought for were innocent of accusation leveled against them in the 60s. What an emotional tactics. What an emotional embrace. What an emotional cooperation. How emotional it is right now in Finland that actually fought for Biafran people that were dying of kwashiorkor in the 1960s. And I can actually tell you that Ireland, if not part of the contraption that make up United Kingdom, they would have been fighting Nigerian embassy right away. An Irishman set himself ablaze in front of United Nations Secretariat in New York over the same war, over the same genocide against the Igbos. He poured fuel on himself after alerting the United Nations that some persons called Igbos in Africa were being killed, disallowed, murdered by the socialist Britain, who supplied Nigerian military clique with lethal weapon to actually exterminate the race called the Igbos in the 1967. And this Irishman died today. He died a matter just for the Igbo man.
He died for matter just for the Igbo man. Mr. Raf, one would say that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel right now, is set to take over the issue of nnamdikanu because when the Buhari government went after nnamdikanu flew to Israel.
Yes.
And the one said that nnamdikanu had discussion with Benjamin Netanyahu, and Netanyahu now is trying after this IBB informations about Biafra. Netanyahu now is working in conjunction with Donald Trump. We saw where Donald Trump has said that they should release Nnamdi, the killing of the Christians in the Southeast should stop. Do you think that Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump have what it takes to put pressure on Nigeria to release Nnamdi?
It all points towards that angle of alliance, balkanization. The greatest allies we had in the past was Finland, Ireland, Israel, and some private concerned bodies in America, because I could remember one Captain Brown that was shot off the coast of Gabon and his airplane.
Nigeria, Vita Obi 2027. Allah shi kare biyan bukatar Mr. Vita Obi na garin na kowa bugu sai da shi. Ai gwamnati shekara 8 kai ka gama lafiya. Babu kabilancin addini babu.
This is the moment Pure came to Israel. Everyone.
Viewers, this is the Waymaker TV. In northern part of the country, where a P2B who contested the election in 2023 under the platform of Labour Party, his popularity is growing, soaring, and we are seeing a situation where even the Fulanis are saying, come 2027, we don't know Atiku, we don't know Tinubu, we are going for P2B. How does that sound to you?
Of course, I watched that video where the Northerners, the Fulanis, are parading Tinubu or Peter Obi to be the next candidate in 2027. These are the mistakes they have done in 2023. Because one will emerge that why we did not play this kind of game, because they are the one that made Tinubu a president as we speak today. The South stood and said never again with what Buhari has done to Nigeria, we will allow an old man, we will allow a visionary, a man that does not have vision, to rule this country again. But the Northern are looking to our house, our eye in the South, and they pour spit on our eye that we don't know what they are doing. Today, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president who is suffering. The Northern are suffering. So I am glad that they begin to wake up from their slumber. But that is not enough, because their leaders, which are ready to sell them anytime, any day, are ganging up. That's why you see El-Rufai now is trying to merge with Atiku Abubakar to see what they can do for Atiku to come and collect power from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The fact is that if you ask me, what is the difference between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku? There's no difference between them. There's no difference between them. So for me, Peter Obi will have to be a better option. If Peter Obi will be a president of Nigeria today, let me assure you that Nigeria will have not suffered up to this extent. Because Peter Obi, I know, will not try to please few people. He will want to please majority of Nigeria. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the rest of them, Atiku, I know, they will want to plead the few political people so that in order for them to achieve their aim.
I know Obi is known for prudent management of resources, but some people have argued that a Peter Obi may not have the willpower to confront the monsters that have held this country back. What is your view about
Of course, Peter Obi does not have it. That's why I myself am not likely to waste my vote for Peter Obi in 2027 because in Nigeria, if you want to win election in Nigeria, you have to grab the power and run away with it. And that's what Tinubu have done. Tinubu grabbed the power and he ran away with it.
You believe that Tinubu grabbed the power and ran away with it?
He grabbed the power and he ran away with it and nothing was done to him. Let me tell you why Peter Obi will not succeed in 2027 because Peter Obi is not the type of person whereby he wants to use his money to buy votes. And that's why you see, after the general election, among all the whole candidates, Peter Obi is the only one that is still moving around, giving money to hospitals, giving money to widows, supporting them. He believed that instead of me giving money to buy people vote, let me use this money to affect people's life. And this type of people, Africa does not cherish them.
Okay, you think that is not working for, you think it's not working for him? You think it's not working for him?
It cannot work for him in Nigeria. I've told you earlier that Nigeria politicians have weaponized Nigeria with poverty. And that's why you see when it comes to election, with 3K, 4K, they buy people's vote. But they know that if everybody is okay, it will be very difficult to buy people's vote. And over there in the north, it's what they do most. Look at the last election. It was very difficult for Bola Ahmed Tinubu to buy his way in the south. Because everybody eye open. But over there in the north, he used 500 naira to get a vote from individuals. So for me,
so you mean in the north, vote is cheaper?
It's cheaper.
To buy a vote in the north.
Yes, vote is cheaper in the north because in south here, if you bring 10,000 naira and share it for 100 people, I can assure you that 50 people might turn that 10,000 naira down because they know what to do to make money. Whereas the north, over there in the north, because the poverty in the north is alarming, and that's why President Jonathan then try all his possible means to make sure to wake them up from their sleep. But the northern people, they look into their eye and they post it on Jonathan. And today, who is enjoying it?
But currently, do you think we are in any way near or close to free, fair, and credible election? Because don't forget that the bane of contesting 2023 presidential election is because of what INEC did, because they could not transmit the election result electronically. Do you think going into 2027 presidential election, are we prepared as a people?
I can assure you without any fear of anybody that Tinubu cannot give any free and credible election in 2027. Because if he try it, he's going to fail woefully and he will not dare it. Let me tell you, in 2023 election, we saw what transpired. How Tinubu buy his way in the sense that he bought people who are important to him. People like the INEC, people like the securities, he get them. And that is one of why we call Tinubu the Jagaban of Africa. He knows how to play. He knows that buying people on the street does not matter. Look at what Wike did to the people of River State. Wike single-handedly avert the vote of River State in favor of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So are you to tell you that what Tinubu need? Tinubu don't need ordinary people in the street. What Tinubu need the governors. Tinubu need the senators who will directly or indirectly convert the vote of people or divert the will of the people to his own side. And bet me, write it down, take my word to the bank. That's what is going to happen in 2027 election. I can bet you that Tinubu will not, I don't see Tinubu losing election of 2027, even though the whole opposition gathered together. Even if it's a single person that vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be declared as the winner of 2027 election because I speak to you, the INEC officials, the security agents, the governors, they are on his side. Even the PDP governors right now, they are ready to work directly or indirectly for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But I don't see President Bola Ahmed Tinubu losing the election.
As a word of conclusion, now that this is the fate of Nigerians, talking about the electorates, what is your advice to them as they go into that election? My
advice for Nigeria is everybody should sit up. Go and look for something to make money. If you have your way, jackpot come up for Nigeria. Because as it is now, the journey is getting more tougher. People to eat now is very difficult. Let me shock you. Gone are those days, if you walk 1 minute, you see pregnant women. You can walk for 5 minutes now without seeing any pregnant women. Doesn't mean that Nigeria has not a fuck. They still fuck, but everybody have adjusted. Because you know the cost of pampers. You know the cost of baby milk. So that is to tell you that, yes. So everybody should sit up because we are just starting.
Not because the women are no longer fertile.
The women are fertile, but everybody is careful. Maybe eventually they are using condom or doing other way around. That's why you are not seeing it. So for me, everybody should go and sit tight. If you put your children in a school that is very expensive, do the needful and bring them down, and to bring them to school that you can afford, because it's better for you to be alive and take care of your children and get a IVP, because we talk now, things are going up daily, this will not come down.
I must say very thank you for your time, Mr. James. This is a good place to let it go. We hope to have you next time. This is the Waymaker TV.
Thank you for having me.
God himself in his infinite mercy has brought Donald Trump, which I believe that Donald Trump is a light, and God is going to use him mightily to wipe away. Right now, we will see very soon. As I speak to you, Donald Trump right now is ready to eliminate all these terrorists in Africa, and his focus now is in Nigeria. All the territory where the Boko Haram, the bandit, these headsmen who are busy destroying. Don't worry. America is coming for you guys. During the time of Jonathan, when Jonathan wanted to do this issue, the same Northerners stood against him. Say Jonathan want to eliminate the North. They refused for Jonathan to tackle this issue that time. If they would have cooperated with Jonathan that time, the level of insecurity in Nigeria, the level of insecurity in the North today will not get to this extent. But today, look at where we find ourselves. That's why I keep saying it, that the biggest mistake Nigeria did was to allow Buhari to be a president. Allowing Buhari to be a president has caused more damage to Nigeria. Under Buhari government, the Arab country refused 6 people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. 6 names, they released it to Nigeria. But as I speak to you today, they did not mention their name to Nigeria. In fact, they told Nigerians that, they told our government that these are the set of people who are using Burundi change to sponsor Boko Haram. But as I speak to you, till Buhari left office, they did not mention one person's name. Tell me that these people are not the ones that are empowering these terrorist people in Nigeria. But you can hold nnamdikanu, hold him there, that he will not go. You can hold him there. All these terrorists that are keeping doing all this evil, they are busy enjoying themselves. They are busy enjoying themselves. Kaba will tell everybody, anything everybody do in this life, everybody will give account of his life. May you that is watching this video, share this video, drop your comment, subscribe to this channel. May evil not happen to you. The cry that this man is crying for his dear life, seeking for 100 million contribution from Nigerians. It doesn't matter whether you are Yoruba. It doesn't matter whether you are Igbo. It doesn't matter whether you are Hausa. It doesn't matter whether you be Efik. It doesn't matter whether you are Ibibio. All this man needs now is help. They have given, you can see the way they are threatening him. They are pointing gun at him. That if you don't bring that 100 million, they are going to waste him. May God come to your rescue. May God rescue you. And you that say amen, that watch this video, that share and comment and subscribe on this channel, may you never encounter evil. May your family member never encounter evil. Thank you for watching.
Not part of the country where a P2B who contested the election in 2023 under the platform of Labour Party, his popularity is growing, soaring, and we are seeing a situation where even the Fulanis are saying, come 2027, we don't know Atiku, we don't know a Tinubu.
For that wonderful question, the anchor of this great platform. First and foremost, I want to say, Simon Ekpa has come out to say, or has outlined countless times, that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold for a second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojogun fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, nnamdikanu did it via his own dimension. So Ekpa is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Simon Ekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Edigbo and that of the Southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Simon Ekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Simon Ekpa and nnamdikanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard